What's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with the next episode of the FCS Dynasty here on NCAA 06, featuring that Nexon. When we started this season, we had 119 teams play for a national championship, and tonight we got the semifinals here. 4 teams that will play for the chance to play for the national championship game, and I am really excited about this episode. If you guys are excited about it as well, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new to the channel, as we will hop right into the game action, starting with our first semi-final matchup. The New Hampshire Wildcats taking on the defending national champs Kent State, but they can't stop the offense early. And not only do they give up a touchdown in this game, James Harper, one of the starting guys out in the secondary for the Golden Flashes, he ends up hurting his arm on the play, and he does not come back from this game. So early 7-0 lead for the New Hampshire Wildcats, but then we get into the next opening kickoff. Going up in the air, we'll see if Kent State can get something going with their offensive attack, and they actually will here, taking it all the way down the sideline. This is not a drill. We are going to get a kick return for a touchdown, and it's going to be all knotted up at 7 apiece. Later on in the game, Carlos Montoya getting all the time in the world, just throwing an absolute missile out to the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats make that 14-7. That will end up being your score, as Montoya, attacking that one-on-one coverage. And the Wildcats carry themselves a lead right now, and we'll see if Tyler Williams can lead his guys back down to the field and tie this game right back up. And right now, looks like they got themselves a good drive going, getting into deep into the red zone, a chance to tie this game as they try to go with the quarterback draw. Hang on now, got a couple of missed tackles, and Robbins finds his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Flashes. And it's all knotted up now, 14 apiece. We got ourselves a back and forth affair. Should be a great rest of our game. And you know who else is great? This receiving team, this receiver core, one of the best in college football, and showing itself out on the field too. They will get a special returns touchdown of their own. And we got a shootout on our hands, guys. 21-14. That will be your score. We'll see if the Golden Flashes can keep up, as Tyler Williams, he tries to step up in the pocket, but Kevin McDonald, 12 sacks on the year. He's going to get a big-time sack there. That will force Kent State off the field and will provide New Hampshire with some good field position, as Montoya will face some pressure as well. But he is going to get it out to his receivers, who is going to run away from the Kent State secondary. Touchdown, Wildcats, as Montoya, looking down the barrel of a gun, he still gets it out there. Touchdown, Wildcats. And it makes it 28-14 your score. Kent State, can they respond? We'll see what Tyler Williams can do here on this 1st and 10. Gonna try to chuck it downfield. He's got a guy, and does actually come down with it. Oh my. Otis Grip, he had to come up and play in the secondary, so that, left the safety on an island. And now we're looking at 28-17 game. Kent State, they were able to settle for a field goal offense, so it still remains a 2-score game, but still a very competitive matchup. As we'll see Tyler Williams take it to the outside. He's got some space for the tailback. Robbins, one man left to beat. He does not get away from the linebacker, but Ken Robinson with a critical carry to try to make sure that the Golden Flashes stay in this game. They need this score in a big way. 2nd down, Williams drops back. He's looking. He's going to try to go for it. Oh, and he's going to get it all. Touchdown. No, intercepted. Ryan Harrison with his 3rd interception of his young collegiate career. And it comes in an extremely invaluable time, denying the Golden Flashes a touchdown. And that really opens up the door for maybe New Hampshire to open this thing up. But no, they are actually going to go 3 and out on the next possession. So the Golden Flashes stay alive, but the margin of error just got that much shorter. Still a 2-score game. Going to throw it over the middle of the field. And oh my, did his receiver take a lick. In Kent State, they do not get anything going on offense. So now back in the hands of Carlos Montoya with that great offensive line. All day to throw the football. And he is going to go one-on-one with one of his receivers. And is going to come down with it. Carlos Montoya having himself a day right now. Almost 300 yards of total offense. Doing a lot in the air and just really letting it rip right now. He is having himself a day. And he is trying desperately to lead his team to a national championship. Montoya looking to throw again. Right hand side, but drops it right in the bucket. It's yet another first down for the Wildcats. One-on-one coverage off that wheel route. You love to see it. And it provides for a red zone opportunity. They've been solid down here all season long. First and goal from the 3, but it goes to the backup tight end, who's going to punch it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. In New Hampshire now with a commanding lead right now. They're going to take a 35-17 lead. But Kent State, they're the defending national champs for a reason. 2 times now. We'll see if they got any life in them. Do they have that extra gear? Williams, he will throw this right in the bucket. This was very good coverage, by the way, but just a perfect throw. Kent State, though, couldn't do anything with it. So 38-17 now is your score. They could put it away, but hang on. We got some interesting things happening on the field. Montoya choosing to throw the football with about 3 minutes left to play in this game, and he's going to let it loose, and it was deflected away, and it's going to go right into the end zone. Now it's just a 2-score game. New Hampshire, their next possession, they cannot move the football, so now we go and see if Kent State can score quickly on their next drive. They got 2 timeouts left to work with. Williams going play action, gets it out right in the nick of time, and they do managed to convert on the slant pattern. Williams just had enough time to get it off. A 1-score game, but they got to get this onside kick to keep the national championship hopes alive. Onside kick is recovered. It's recovered by the New Hampshire Wildcats, and that is going to represent that fat lady singing. New Hampshire, for the very first time in this series, they will be going to the FCS National Championship game. They had some early exits here in the first couple of years. And when that dust settles, no matter what happens in the rest of the FCS playoffs, we will have a brand new champion crowned. Because the 2-time defending champs, they will fall here in the semifinals of the FCS playoffs. And we will go ahead and see who they will face. So we go right into the other semifinal game that we have in this episode. We got number 6 seeded Georgia Southern, led by Ikeda Woods. They will take on the number 2 overall seed Rice Owls, and Rice has been, not as great in the quarterfinal. They barely beat Idaho. Meanwhile, Georgia Southern coming off of a great victory against James Madison. They are on fire right now, as we'll go ahead and see both teams come out on the field now. And I think what's going to really come down to that quarterback play. Who's going to rise to a higher level? Will be Robert Johnson, the Heisman winner, or Ikeda Woods, the Heisman finalist that we have seen here in year number 3. We'll start out with the very first play of the game. They're just going to try to do a little halfback dive up the middle to Albert Miniachi. But Miniachi is going to get lit up like a Christmas tree, and Georgia Southern goes 3 and out on their first possession. 2 teams that both have elite defenses. We saw the stats for Georgia Southern. Their defense allowing less than 200 yards per game. They have been absolutely suffocating thus far, as that's what huge reason why we're in this first quarter. We still have not seen anybody score in this game, and oh my, did he throw down the lumber. Oh, I am shocked that he did not fumble that football. So it's still a tied ball game at 0 apiece as we got some trouble on the field. Rice recovers it, And maybe this is the first opportunity in this whole game that we will go ahead and see if Can Rice score the first points of this game? We still got goose eggs by both squads. Third and long, though. Robert Johnson sitting on the edge of field goal range. Rice does have a solid kicker, but a 50-plus yarder is a big ask. And Joe Pleasant might have just kicked them right out of field goal range. 4th and 19. That will force the punt. So there was a chance for Rice to score points on that drive, and they fumbled the bag. And now Georgia Southern going to take over after the punt. And we will see Albert Miniachi. He's going to start finding his groove in this game. He's only had 5 carries so far on the day, but with that run, he's at over 16 yards a carry in this ball game. That's exactly what you need on the ground if you're Georgia Southern. And they will use that to get a field goal themselves. They finally get on the board as this first half continues to be extremely suffocating. Georgia Southern now getting 3 sacks, really utilizing getting to the ball quickly, as we'll see Albert Miniachi trying to create some more yardage on the ground, but he will get lit up like a Christmas tree too. So that represents the first half of action here. Not really a lot of scoring happening so far. Still could go either way. As we look into the second half of action, we're starting with a nice kickoff return down the sideline. He's got some space. Are we going to see the first touchdown of this semifinal matchup? We will. Touchdown, Rice. We finally see the Owls get that goose egg off the scoreboard. And the Rice Owls will take a lead because of it. So a critical drive here in the second half. Can they respond? Rice trying to find another gear. Does Georgia Southern have the same as Miniachi? Great running down the sideline off the option. That's going to be a monumental first down. As later on in the drive, 2nd and 22 from the 31-yard line. Miniachi, he's going to let it loose here. He's going one-on-one, and his guy comes down with it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Ikeda Woods standing at 5'6", but he carries all the heart in the world. Georgia Southern going to take the lead as they are giving Rice everything that they can handle right now, as Rice is trying to take it down the sideline. Down to the second. Can he bring him down? He can't. So a small screen there for the Rice Owls, and it turns into a 69-yard touchdown, which y'all already know is very nice, if I say so myself. So Rice now has a 14-10 lead. We're really starting to see the offensive output really pick up here. Ensuing kickoff with 2:31 left to play in the quarter. We will go ahead. We will see Blake Williams take the kickoff, and he's got space to work as well. The backup tailback making his presence felt. Is he going to get caught? No! He hurdles away from the final defender, and Georgia Southern retakes the lead just like that. It's going to come down to the final quarter of action here. Both these teams know what's currently at stake right now. A trip to the FCS National Championship game. It is very much on the line right now. And Robert Johnson, he takes a critical sack, which means now they are at the mercy of the Georgia Southern offense. They got to get him off the field without allowing a touchdown. And Ikeda Woods, he might have just sealed the deal. Ikeda Woods, in one of the biggest moments of Georgia Southern football in this series. He's going to run it 56 yards into the end zone. And that could be the nail in the coffin. But Rice ain't going to give up. Still down by 10. Minute left to play. Robert Johnson, he is going to let it loose down the field and gets it inside the 30-yard line. They're not going to give up. But can they go quick enough to get points on board? 2nd and 10 from the 18. Robert looking to the right-hand side. Fires it, and it's going to be incomplete. Looking for his top receiver, but Willis lights him up like a Christmas tree. And it forces the Owls to take a more methodical approach here, trying to punch it into the end zone, but they try to run the option. That gets blown up as well. clock is running. Less than 20 seconds left. Johnson gets it out to the fullback and finds the end zone. Touchdown, Rice. So a little bit of hope in the hands of the Owls. But can they get the onside kick to keep their dreams alive? They don't. Georgia Southern is going to recover, and they will also be going to the FCS National Championship game, taking down the Rice Owls by a final score of 24-21. This was an exciting experience. This was a fun game to watch, and I certainly enjoyed every single moment of it. So Georgia Southern, they move on to the national championship. They have made it to the quarterfinals at least in the past couple of years, but they have finally broken through for their first championship appearance in this series. So when season number 3 originally started, there were 119 teams that were competing for a national championship. And now, after multiple regular season episodes, multiple rounds of the FCS playoffs, we're down to just 2. We got the New Hampshire Wildcats, the number 9 overall seed. They will take on the number 6 seed Georgia Southern Eagles for the right to claim themselves as the national champions of the FCS Dynasty. And we will sort all of that out in the next episode. Next time that this series airs for you guys, we are going to have the FCS National Championship game as a standalone. There will be no other games played. It will just to determine who gets to hoist that crystal ball. So with that, I will see you guys next time. But if you enjoyed this semifinals action, I need you guys to do me a massive favor. Go ahead and smack that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button if you got to be brand new to the channel. This is John J Gaming on the mic signing off. I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.